lane of theirs, which is a triple tri-lane with that chilling touch, which is automatically a great advantage. You combine the fact that Venomancer is a strong laning phase hero, and it seems like a great tri-lane to start with. They're actually going to go really aggressive early on. They're going to catch out PPD, but FNG is going to be their turnaround kill. Who's going to get that first blood first? Oh, just barely. VP pick up the kill on the Winter Wyvern and claim that coveted first blood gold to the Templar Assassin at one point in time, just because your damage was so overwhelming. So in those first couple levels, the SF couldn't really get souls. And then we also have the stack.
The Arteezy.
Oh, they charge in. They're going to be able to bump back both these supports. They're going on to FNG, but Arteezy is going to go down first. FNG is their turnaround kill. Illidan is very far forward here, but it looks like with the backup of Lil, who actually pops his healing salve, they will be able to make sure that EG, it's on the core.
Same thing coming out from Arteezy. As soon as he gets cold feet, he doesn't even try to move away from the cold feet. He just starts and tries to get a double stun off and then dump as much damage as he can with lightning.
They do have the TPM for the Rubik, but they've already popped Illidan almost. He managed to get off the salve, which is perfect. That means they'll be able to get the kill on Fear at the very least and get a little damage on Arteezy in the process. But max out aggression there, well timed by EG, knowing that they had the numbers advantage with the Rubik still being gone. FNG moving forward, hoping to be able to get a telekinesis and pull back Arteezy to the Venomancer. Not the case. Middle lane, God is actually going to be chased down. An easy kill for Sumail. Managed to get the last right click onto the SF.
They need to get a sentry for EG, and I think it's a somewhat obvious play.
Yeah. They also need a sentry to remove the ward that's blocking out. Oh, middle lane. Sumail actually coming forward, but telekinesis, he will be stunned up here, and that's going to be an easy kill for God. Fear cancels his charge, knowing that there's nothing he can really do. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Universe is getting chased away by the Broodmother. DK Phobos, though, didn't have the mana, other than the just straight-out max wards.
It scales so much better than before.
Yeah. Does he actually mag? Oh, they're going to be able to jump onto DK Phobos, and this is exactly what Universe needed to do. You said all he has to do is survive. Nice telekinesis pick up, though, by FNG, and maybe that's enough space to be able to get DK Phobos out, but he's going to run out of Wes eventually, and the dust is still controlling him enough that he will end up going down. Peter is going to be able to get away from these Spiderlings just in time. EG commit 4 different heroes to stomp that Broodmother, but Universe survived through the lane long enough
as being able to just put the TA in a really bad position.
Yeah, we've got 3 different heroes that can take through refraction pretty quickly. In a way, Broodmother can if you've got Spiderlings. Bottom lane, they're going to be able to catch Universe, and he's definitely going down with that Ice Blast on top of him. So, a nice pickup by VP, and might actually set them up for the tower, or maybe not with his CPN. The Last Rank's going to go for the kill on Illidan. Has vision, Fear just comes in, Bonk will be able to finish him off. Now the question is, FNG, he's playing this really aggressively because he knows how low Arteezy is. The Fate Bolt, it might be enough to finish him off. Just need another right click, but couldn't get it. 50 HP is what Arteezy will survive on. FNG gets real greedy and does die in the process of it. One. That's just not a great
Rubik sitting around, but Illidan's kind of out in no man's land.
The Invids spotted out there, going to be able to get FNG, slowing him down. They actually go for Illidan. Nice telekinesis toss, though. There's still the ultimate from Fear, who picks up a very early level 6, and it's actually Universe's cheeky Rocket that finishes off the Rubik and steals the kill. It's 8-5, but it's only been laning phase kills. I think VP are going to be really looking to just sit back and farm up. In fact, you can see Illidan is actually trying to use his maxed out wards now to farm up the Ancients.
There's no way he can farm as fast as the TA, though.
FNG gets picked off. The Ice Blast does come in, lands on 4. Very nice setup, but DK Phobos, he's just getting bursted down. The ultimate goes out from God, but immediately following is the Winter's Curse that holds him in place. He turns around, goes for Fear, but immediate flash, and he actually gets taken out. Still, though, the death animation managed to tank out the Templar Assassin, and Fear will tick out from that last urn. Illidan and Lil actually come out pretty big, going into that fight towards the tail end, and even the Winter Wyvern going down to the poison at the end.
Wow, that bash actually killed Sumail. He pushed him so he was right on top of him. It's one team or another to the fight. So, that Rocket's going to spot out FNG. The hookshot actually, oh no, it doesn't quite miss. It actually hits Roshan, and now FNG, he's like, okay, you're inside the Roshan pit. I'll go ahead and telekinesis you into the side. I've got the double damage. With the help of my team, we'll take you out. Fear's going to come in and force this fight onto Rubik once again, and he still has the ultimate, but it may not even be necessary. Gets the bash down, commits the ultimate to DK Phobos. Meanwhile, Illidan is keeping a lot of these heroes back, but he doesn't have his ultimate anymore, so that means EG actually be able to push forward and take him out. Still, though, DK Phobos is going to be able to sneak in from the side and go onto the Winter Wyvern. With help of the nukes, they'll take him out, and Slim Shady, Sumail, he's slowed down. Oh, nice dodge there with the Meld. He actually turns around, goes for Lil, but that's not going to be enough
to get the kill. He goes down as well, and VP, we talked about the potential. Maybe EG could win a fight around the Roshan area and take Roshan for themselves.
Right to that, but
they have vision inside of the pit with this charge. Arteezy can very easily go in. In fact, Lil, he's going to TP out, will be able to get out, and this is big because he can actually throw an Ice Blast in pretty soon. Arteezy immediately targeted out, just gets bursted. Now the Winter's Curse on the DK Phobos, but if they don't get lucky with Bastion, they're not going to be able to get the kill in the turnaround. FNG throws a Winter's Curse of his own, and VP just win 2 fights in a row right in front of the Roshan pit, and this time around, 100% the Aegis is theirs.
The problem for that entire fight was that the Observer Ward has been sitting here the entire time. It's been up for fail in 20 minutes and get a Midas and get out of control, so they're just relying on the hero that had a better start to do the damage. And you're not really that worried because TA, as we saw last fight, just got completely kited and might die again right here.
Sumail, he's run out of refraction charges so quickly with all those Broodlings on top of him. And now they're going to be able to take a tier 2, it seems, as I highly doubt EG are going to be able to contest. The spam out of the lightning is nice, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Wow. Ancient Apparition is actually number 4 on net worth.
Yeah, it's pretty insane how farmed Lil is.
Has picked up his ag.
Oh, man. Look at PPD. Like, if DK Phobos hits this nuke, Theater dies. But hook shot in. He's actually going to bring Illidan inside of the cogs here, but unfortunately, the Blade Mail isn't going to be enough to ensure a kill.
He used that Blade Mail way too late. He could have... Shadow Fiend would have actually had to sacrifice his Aegis if they wanted to kill him that quickly.
And Peter actually died. I wasn't actually sure if Peter was going to take down from that one, but he did. Stun, nice play from FNG. Actually catches Fear as he charges in from the side. EG, I think they've all but fallen apart entirely here, as it seems like they're going to be giving up a laner Rax before the 20-minute marker. God, he just keeps on pushing forward with the little time left on this Aegis.
FNG always surprisingly strong in his drafts. First pick TA was very popular at the start of the patch because there weren't that many counters, but once people realized that Venomazer was good, as well as Darkseer kind of being a top tier offlaner, it hasn't been picked that often.
Another Ice Blast right on through, and Sumail is going to be caught by that one. He's just going to be gone. Oh, nice Winter's Curse. Maybe this can actually be a good fight with a nuke. They'll be able to take out the Rubik, and God's going to go down as well with Phobos locked inside the cogs. Finally, EG get themselves a good engagement. Illidan just hoping to be able to get the kill on Arteezy, but he quickly gets overwhelmed. So yes, VP were in a great position, but they were pretty much ready to close out that game until that Winter's Curse plays down by PPD. I'm really surprised he was able to pick up it was like 1,000 gold within the last 2.5, 3 minutes.
Rubik looks like he's setting up on Templar.
Oh, they're going to go on to Illidan here. They managed to lock him inside with the Blade Mail pops. This should be the death of Illidan. Fear's actually going to go for more. Actually catches Lil in the background. Illidan's still alive, but he is going to be just bursted down as Sumail comes forward. They're going to go for that additional kill onto Lil. Fear has to sacrifice his life for that one, but still, the damage over time is actually rapidly taking through the refraction. If Sumail's not careful, he's going to be stunned up by that cold feet. So 1 for 2 so far. And VP might even look for more DK Phobos. Damage on Shadow Fiend. They take out Roshan fast enough that EG didn't even have a chance to contest if they wanted to.
So I think AA is not that far away from the fight, so the Ice Blast will be pretty small. I think they need to kill Illidan probably very early.
Oh, the hookshot actually going for Illidan as soon as possible, just as you suggested. The Winter's Curse actually getting laid down on the SF. Meanwhile, on the side, Fear's actually going to be gone on. Looks like he will be able to get out while the Rubik does die to Templar Assassin. God pop at the BKB. Ice Blast actually clips Sumail. But God is threatened enough without his BKB and at half HP. Doesn't look like they're going to fight anymore. So well played. They use that haste rune quite well on the side of EG.
They don't have any ultimates, or they don't have Clockwork and Winter Wyvern, their main ultimate, so they might actually still go in.
Yeah, with 2 heroes down, 1 TP back and 1 dead. Arteezy's going to be able to catch Illidan, and he just barely gets off his ultimate, but what's the point? If there's no follow-up, the rest of VP, DK Phobos actually has to dodge Fear's charge in through. He actually managed to get off the Orchid in time to stop that ultimate, but that's going to be a BKB charge down at the very least, and that's kind of the opening. I really like the way that EG forced that fight in the beginning. You know, just as you say, they kind of need to go on Illidan first. That's exactly what Universe does, but it was also the fragmented nature of that fight that didn't allow VP to get, those really good ultimates. They just really abused the fact that they had these kind of hit-run heroes between the Clockwork and the Templar Assassin with the haste rune.
Yeah, it was merely a distraction so that Templar Assassin could pick off the Rubik. Generally, Rubik's right next to the Clockwork initiation initiation target.
Oh god, is he gonna get pushed back over the cliff? The Cogs actually push him down, oh no, but now he's next to Samael, and that's still perfect for EG. They take away that one. The stun onto DK Phobos, he doesn't have a BKB, so he should be going down here, but they don't have any counter vision. Now the ultimate goes off from God, he's gonna be able to take down Fear, and the rest of EG actually back out from that engagement. They won it in a way, as they're able to get that free kill on the Spirit Breaker and take away the Aegis.
Yeah, we can see how they can win team fights as long as they're not all together. They killed Illidan, forced him now with Gem on an Ancient Apparition. And they do need him for that.
Yeah. We'll talk about the NKB versus Daedalus in a second as soon as we watch Fear die, as the Ice Blast should be enough to get the kill. And Peter, he's also going to go down here. He gets off the Winter's Curse, but he's still slowed down enough that DK Phobos may be able to commit for the kill, but never mind, the physical damage just rips him apart. He does go down RTZ, backs away from the cold feed proc. And now they're going to re-engage, slowing down Illidan, trying to burst him down with the BKB activated by Samael. He'll get that one kill and searches for more, knowing that Fear's going to be able to back him up soon as the ultimate throws it down, but he gets interrupted by the telekinesis, and God, he has so much physical damage now. Samael is actually just going to be run down by God as he has no more refraction ticks, and he goes down to him as well. God with a double kill as he pushes forward, doesn't need his quote-unquote one-position Venomancer, as that was a
force her BKB out, and that's the thing of when you're approaching so close to EG's base, you can fight on your terms, you can get the jump with the charge, with the clockwork hookshot, with even Split Earth as they push up the hill.
Well, this is a little awkward. RTZ comes forward, gets hit by the telekinesis, and he's dead. That was just the wrong time for him to try and aggressively push forward.
He just them open for a push like this. He does have 4,000 gold though.
Yeah, so he will be able to buy back. And he's got a lot of levels, which is the important thing about Aleshrek. Even if he is a bit underfarmed, in the right positioning, with the right setup from EG, he can do a lot. His Universe is going to jump onto God, and they will be able to take him out with the Winter's Curse. Samael is going to be stunned up. FNG not going to be able to survive through that one. Illidan gets off a great ultimate with the Ice Blast over the top. They may still be able to get a couple of pickoffs with DK Phobos alive. DK Phobos actually gets pushed back by the Cogs there. Universe, unfortunately, not catching that Broodmother like he wanted to, it seems. But
Sumail?
Once again, EG. Oh wow, that was PPD.
Close.
He ended up going down. Samael.
He almost shattered. He had Venom ult and AA ult on him.
Oh wow, yeah. Because there is the butterfly, that's obviously why he would go for it here.
And incapacitating bite.
Oh, that's also true. I forgot about that one. I was also thinking, but the Daedalus would have a lot of value in a way. Oh no, Samael! Oh, what a terrible time to pling forward to farm.
And you want to win that one. If you have to back off during your BKB, you already lost the fight as a TA.
Yeah. So once he does have that MKB, you're going to see him try and challenge God as much as possible.
They need another initiation like last time, but notice everyone's split apart from the Shadow Fiend. If he Winter's Curses, no one's going to be attacking him.
That's why Universe is going to jump on Illidan, see if they can take him out. They actually pop the Winter's Curse, but it looks like he's still going to be able to get off the ultimate. Samael comes forward and tries to finish him off, but the ultimate is still there, and that's going to be problematic, especially with Samael running out of refraction charges. They do have the Cold Embrace, but eventually he will go down as that heal was not available with the Ice Blast over the top thanks to the Ancient Apparition. VP handily with the fight, and now they have so much downtime. 80 seconds on the clock with the Templar Assassin that VP could very easily make this 2 lanes of racks. In fact, if it wasn't for the fact that that tier 2 tower was up in the top lane, it would almost say that EG would have to GG out, but looks like they're going to GG out anyway. Game number 1 goes to VP.
Very well played by VP. I think they have the confidence that most teams don't to just constantly push high ground. Okay, we lost the fight. We know what we did wrong. Like we didn't get AA ulti off, or we clumped around the SF, or we popped our BKBs too late. Whatever it was, they...
Like the VP that we saw at TI, even though they kept the same roster, it was a little bit surprising.